On this week's live stream, learn the fabulous art of robot choreography. David shows you how to create the spinning sword effect in your next combat game. And we meet a Canadian scratcher who has some advice for new coders.
It's okay if you suck.
All this and more coming up on the Chromeworks live stream. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Chromeworks live stream. I'm Andrew Tomac, your technology teacher, back with some more goodness in the world of Scratch. So the robot idol contest continues. I've decided on a date now, starting February 12th, which is 2 Saturdays from now. Just want to check if my microphone's running. This seems to be the problem bedeviling me. Yeah, we're good. So 2 Saturdays from now, we are closing off entries for the Robot Idol contest, and then we will begin elimination rounds where we're going to take groups of competitors, depending on how many there are, and facing them off against each other and doing polls for who will advance, basically. I think we're going to maybe try and do a panel of people commenting on them, and we'll just try and do something fun along the lines of what American Idol and all the other awards or competition shows kind of do it. So open to ideas and happy to hear whatever you have. I'm going to be showing you a bit more Robot Idol stuff in a couple of minutes, but let's go and talk to our audience on Discord. There's quite a few students here, and also on YouTube. Well, let's start on YouTube, where we can say hello to Gokul Krishna, who I believe was with us last week as well, and I think is from India. So hello, Gokul. And Galactic Stuxer, is that you, Lena, again, or is that somebody else? I'm trying to remember if that's your YouTube name. Anyway, hello to you guys, and hello to Duck Goose as well. Hi, Duck Goose, and welcome back. And so if you are lurking in the comments and you would like a hello, just tell me where you come from and a little bit about who you are, just what city or country you come from, and maybe what grade you're in or how old you are, and I'd love to give you a shout out on the stream. Over on Discord, it's very busy today. We've got David, my co-op student. Good morning, David.
Good morning.
I'm going to be talking to David in a couple of minutes about his experience as a co-op student at Chromeworks. He's just finished 4 months of working as my labor force here on the Chromeworks live stream and on my other broadcasts, and he's been doing a fantastic job. And he's one of 4 co-ops that I had this year, and this semester, and I'm going to be talking to him a little bit more about his co-op experience. Hi to funny animator Jim from upstate New York. Good morning. Hey, Jim. And
good morning. I was just saying, nice red shirt.
Oh, thank you. You've seen this shirt before. I wear it quite a bit. I picked a smaller one. I'm wearing a large instead of an extra large today.
Do you wear different colors each time? I can't remember.
No.
And I just noticed to look at it now because it's bright red. Easier to notice.
Yeah, I think because it's a tighter one, the logo's up higher, and you probably just didn't notice it the other times that I've worn it. This one's quite a bit tighter than the other one. I think I'm going to go with the large now. I've lost a little bit of weight, and it looks like it's looking good on me on the stream. So always like to hear comments about my fantastic sartorial splendor here, Jim. Thank you. We're joined also by Thane in Florida. Good morning, Thane.
Gee.
Hey.
Good morning.
And Lena, way over in Monaco, is with us. Lena has just been she's been working on her drawing tablet and her Mac, and she has come up with a new, what I think is a self-portrait. So I just wanted to show that to you right now. Where are we here? Yeah, well, this is a lovely piece of art, Lena. So you drew this all with a drawing tablet using what software?
I use GIMP.
GIMP. Oh, really? So GIMP is a free photo editor that's something along the lines of Photoshop, sorry. So each of these different, are there layers in this then? Like, is the shirt a layer? Is the hair a different layer? Is that the way that you set these things up?
Yes.
Very cool. So you're drawing the outside shape and then painting inside of it? Or can you tell me a little bit about your drawing process? Or not? It's okay. I put you on the spot there, Lena. Don't worry about it. Okay, we're joined also by Micah Master, who finally made it to the stream. He's been talking about it for a while, but he often sleeps in. Good morning, Micah. And we're also joined by RGB Plays, Oscar, over in Reading, England. How are you, Oscar?
I am okay at the moment.
Good, good. Wow, we got lots of people on the stream today, eh? I'm so glad you guys joined us. And as always, from London, England, we have our most faithful fan, Deck the Decoder from London, England. Good morning, Deck.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so that's it for people here. As I said, if you're lurking on YouTube, really do say hello. I'm happy to give you guys a shout out. Let's get back to the robot idle stuff for a couple of minutes. I know that I've been going crazy on this stuff for the last couple of weeks, but I'm really interested in getting more entries to this contest. So we've put up part 3 of our tutorial called Add Some Music. And what that is all about is basically choreography. We're going to create custom blocks that help you, that encompass certain dance moves. And there's going to be parameters in them, little bubbles that can help you control the timing of your music track. Let me just show you, well, there's a couple of things I wanted to show you. So let's go back to my teaching screen here. Oh, yeah, here we are. Okay, whoa. All right, so this is my latest. So I've actually released this on Scratch now. So I realized that I was. We got a message here from Duck Goose. I've been taking a little break from Scratch over the last few days, but I'm going to get back to it today. Excellent, Duck Goose. If you make any projects for me, then go ahead and share them, and I'll show them on my stream. So this is a Scratch project that I have just released. I've released trailers for Robot Idol on YouTube, but I thought I would try coming up with something for the Scratch community since I'm not really advertising this on Scratch. So I've put this out on my Mr. Tomek account and also on my Chromeworks release account as well. So this has all the links you need and the instructions for how to enter my Robot Idol contest. And I'll just show you my little project here right now if you're interested.
Am I supposed to hear any music from that? I said if I was supposed to hear any like music from that because it was just quiet.
I didn't hear anything on Discord, but maybe on YouTube. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything either.
Well, hopefully they can hear it on YouTube, right?
Apparently, you're muted on Steam, on stream even.
I mean, I'm only hearing your voice.
Yeah.
No, but you're muted
Could
on
you
the stream.
turn down the noise suppression? Maybe it thinks maybe it thinks it's too far away, the noise.
Mr. T, you're muted on YouTube. You've been for like the past 5 minutes.
Ugh. Okay. Wow. All right, so I'm back on YouTube. There's something weird going on with my audio today, guys. I apologize. All right, so all right, Mike is laughing at me in the chat, of course. All right, guys, I'm sorry. So it appears that people can hear me now. If at least you can hear my voice anyway. There's no reason why you can't hear what's coming out over my speakers unless it's like a noise suppression issue or something. But if you're having trouble hearing me, you can always go to YouTube because my microphone is unmuted on YouTube now, and so at least you'll be able to hear it there. I'll have to run some tests after the stream today, and I'll make sure to get this sorted out for next week. Anyway, so that's my new man, I'm a little flustered now, eh? So I'm going to post that in the chat. That's my new promo for Robot Idol, and you guys can watch it on your own if you're having trouble with the audio. And so I would just invite you to check out this link, like and share it, and hopefully we can get some more entries to this contest. We've got a couple of them right now, and actually I can jump over to that right now and have a look at who's entered in the last little bit. So we have our Robot Idol Studios, which are linked. And yeah, I've got a couple of entries right now. Micah Master did enter something. It was more of a troll, but I'm going to show it anyway.
Hello, I am a low-quality entry for Mr. T's contest. I guess you can look at me do some dances. You thought I was gonna do something else, you thought.
A little weird and random, but okay. Yeah, it was
like quoted the effect of dragging the mouse like he was in Scratch or something.
Yeah, I've seen that before in viral videos and stuff too. It's actually a fun way to do little quick animation just by wiggling the mouse around with your the mouth around with your mouse and recording the input. You can definitely do that in Scratch. Micah, that was Micah's video, eh? Micah, did you record yourself with a screen recorder when you did that, or how did you put that together?
If you look inside the costumes, I actually animated it myself.
Let's have a look here.
Yeah, it's all animation.
So you have, so you actually have a mouse graphic here, and you just moved it around to make it coincide with the with your audio file.
Mm.
Well, that is an interesting way to do it. You definitely
Those costumes are.
Yeah, I've seen this done before with list variables, right? Where you just record your XY inputs to a list variable, and that will store your mouse movements. That might have been a way to do it as well. But yeah, well, this is an interesting little animation, Micah. Thank you for sharing that with us. So this gets back to the topic that I wanted to talk about this week, which was choreography, right? How to get things timed properly in Scratch. And you've done an excellent job with that, Micah. Here's a robot that was designed by Ella, who's a grade 6 student at Muchmore Public School in Ottawa. I've modified it a little bit, but I wanted to use it as an example to talk to you about choreography and timing things in Scratch. And so that my video that's being released at 11 o'clock will go into the details of how I set up these custom blocks. But every one of them has a repeat a number of times on it, and it also has a delay factor in it, which kind of controls the timing. And I want to show the sort of trial and error process that was involved in getting the timing straight here. So this particular block here, for example, makes our robot clap. And you can see the clap's a little bit more complicated than the other moves. There's one here called an arm wave, and he's doing this 4 times, for example. And if we string these all together, we can get a series of movements that looks like a dance. And the really tricky part is synchronizing it to the movement. So in this case, Ella has figured out the timing of the music. Our character's standing still for the first couple of minutes. Check this clapping.
Somebody save your soul, cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control.
So you get the idea here, guys, right? doing a really good dance means choreographing it exactly to the music. It's a little tricky sometimes, and it helps if you don't have to listen to the whole song all the time when you're working on stuff. I just want to show you guys a quick technique for synchronizing things properly and playing around with sounds. So here's the audio track. Does anyone know the name of this song? Anyway, there's a great clapping sequence that a little further down. I think it's over here somewhere maybe. Oh, it probably after the gap here, eh? So there's this area here where there's a really fast clapping. There we go. So I found the clapping area. I'm going to isolate it here just by dragging it with these pincers here. Then I'll play and make sure I've selected the right area. There we go. Da, 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 da. So I'm going to try and synchronize the hand clap to that. It's going to be a little bit tricky because it's so darn fast. So instead of playing this whole track over again and waiting for this moment, what I'm going to do is click on this button here that says Copy to New. And I'm going to create a new little soundtrack here that just has that clapping in it. And so I'll just call this test or something for now. And now I can play around with it in the code without having to play the whole thing, right? So this is the clap code. The delay between the claps is actually fixed here, and then there's a delay at the end of the clap. So I'm going to want to modify that a little bit in order to get this clap working properly. So it's definitely going to have to be faster than that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start playing the sound. I'll go Start Sound, Clap, or Test. There we go. And watch the clap go. I'm actually going to connect that to the... oh, someone is phoning me. Bad idea. All right, so I'm going to connect that to the green flag so I can max my screen out so you guys can see what's actually happening here. There we go. So this is super slow, right? We're going to have to speed this up quite a bit. So this is where we would change the delay time a little bit. So in this case, I'm going to play around with these sounds. And I'm going to get them to a very, very low speed. This might be too fast here, but let's see what this looks like. So the delay, the problem with the delay is at the end here as well. So I'm actually going to get rid of this and change it to 0.01.
Mr. T, I have an idea for that.
You have an idea? Yes, Micah? Or, yep.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, what if you only like made the recording of one clap and then used the animation to make one clap and then you repeated it 3 times so you can make it sync as many times as you want?
Well, the problem is then you would have to play that little clip as you were playing the audio track. We want to be able to play the whole song, right? And so that's the problem. If we just use that little sample in our for one clap, we still wouldn't get. I mean, that would be helpful, but I think to get this timing of these 4 things, we're actually on a better track to do it this way. So I've changed the code around here so that delay is all inside of this custom block now. So we're delaying it at 0.01 now. So that's too fast. So here's the trial and error part, right? So we know that that's too fast, so we go with a bigger number, 0.02, and click it too fast again. So 0.05 is too slow, though. We know that, right? Well, that's pretty good. At least it ends at the right point, right? Yeah, so that's basically what I would go with here. So now that I've figured out the delay time, it's just a matter of changing this delay around and when we're playing the actual song so that this clap starts at exactly the right time. And so we would have to play around here a little bit and have a wait for a little bit and then have this go. So I go into a lot more detail about this whole trial and error process that I'm talking about here. During my... sorry, I'm trying to read all the chat and stuff like that while I'm going here, and it's taking it's just a little bit too much of my attention. Okay, so this is what I go over in today's tutorial, which is being released at 11 o'clock. Hi to Koala Zoo on YouTube. And I'm not having a lot of time to read the Discord chat. I'm not sure if anything is going on there. Lena gave a little description of how she drew her thing, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later when we're running a film. I'll have a look at that. Okay, guys. One other thing I wanted to show you guys while I'm on here is, well, actually I'll save that for later. I think I'd like to get to some of my other content right now. So that's it for Robot Idol anyway. So the main event this week, the item that I mentioned on my website and in the file description, is our co-op students. So we are this week losing this latest generation of co-op students. I went back through my records and found out that this is actually 23 co-op students that Chromeworks has worked with in the last 2 years since we started this whole thing. And so these are high school students who volunteer to sign up with me. They get high school credit to do different kind of content creator projects for me on my YouTube channel. So you guys have who've been watching the show have all met David, Aiden, Abraham, and Kevin, my current crop of co-op students. They've just done a fantastic job putting together really interesting content for my channel and interacting with the kids in the chat. I have other volunteers here and lots of other people who are helping, but these guys are doing this as part of a high school program. I'm going to show you guys a little last project that I gave to my co-op students this week. David and Kevin helped me put together a little promotional video talking about co-op and maybe inviting more co-op students to join us. So what I'd like to do in the next quadmester or semester is, if anyone is outside of Ottawa, everyone so far who's worked for me has been from Ottawa, and I'm looking for new people from outside of Ottawa. I'm able to take co-op students from really anywhere in the world. So if you're in a high school co-op program and you would like to join up with Chromeworks and get high school credit for doing work with us, then I would love to have you aboard. So do reach out to me, and you'll see all the details in the video. I'm going to show you the video right now, and I'll get caught up on my chat while that's happening. And yeah, so let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm sorry, guys, on Discord if the audio's not working, but you can shift over to YouTube right now if you want to watch this video. Chromeworks Technology is recruiting high school students to create kid-friendly content for our growing YouTube channel. I'm Chromeworks founder Andrew Tomac, and I'm on a mission to transform kids from passive consumers of technology into active creators who can take their part in the future digital world. My talented co-op crew helps me create new video segments for each broadcast, teaching coding and animation lessons, meeting Scratch creators, and looking at amazing new projects made by kids from all over. Each week, I host a fun and entertaining YouTube live stream that's all about Scratch, a kid-friendly coding language that's being used by more than 80 million children in every country of the world. David, a grade 11 student from Ottawa, made a game called Mario Shuffle and helped me create a full-length video coding tutorial.
I had a lot of fun working for Chromeworks as a programmer. Mario Shuffle was a great test and experience of my skills.
Kevin, who's also in grade 11, creates a weekly segment called Story Corner, where he teaches new techniques for creating digital cartoons in Scratch.
Chromeworks is an awesome place where you can learn the basic skills of self-media and more skills such as computer programming, planning, oral communication, and more.
Grade 11 student Aiden is the creator of Scratcher of the Week, a regular segment that highlights the work of coders and digital artists who are making a splash in the Scratch community.
Co-op for me was a great experience where I learned to code, do video editing, and some other skills like working in a group and communication.
And grade 12 student Ishan is the creator of Music Camp, a fun segment where he taught students how to compose music in Scratch.
There's something new to learn every day, which is what differentiates this job from normal paperwork desk jobs. You'll never get bored, and best of all, you get to work from home. All in all, a 5-star experience from me.
Chromeworks co-ops are fully virtual, which means you can create for us wherever you are. We're based in Ottawa, but we'll welcome co-op students from anywhere in the world. To audition for a placement, talk to your co-op teacher, or reach out to me, Mr. T, at info@chromeworks.ca. All right, so bravo to my co-op students for putting that together. David was one of the co-ops who worked very hard on this video this week. I think David's joining us right now. Hi, David.
Hello.
Hi, did you hear the audio on that, David? Did it work this time?
It was. I heard some of it, but I'm sure it was better on YouTube than it was on Discord.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I watched it on YouTube. It was a really great video.
Yeah, good work, David. So, this co-op has really kind of challenged you, I think. Have you found times when you've been outside of your comfort zone, doing stuff that you didn't think you would be doing?
Yeah, definitely. When I edited videos for Mr. T, that was something that had been completely new to me because I had programmed before, but I had never done video editing, and it was a different experience than what I expected, honestly. It became fun after a few tries, but the first few times I did definitely struggle with it a bit, but I definitely also learned a lot.
Yeah, one of the real ringers that I put my co-op students through, and this is kind of a unique approach that I have, but every time a co-op student finishes their project, they put it up onto a public board where the other co-op students can look at it. We call it show and tell, and then we try and tear it apart and find mistakes in it. So I think most high school students are really used to doing something, handing it in, and then moving on to the next thing, and the idea of having to go back and fix your work, I think, was probably pretty alien to you, right, David? Or
yeah, it was. I didn't expect it, but I'm definitely happier to take this approach than say just hand it in and move on, because this way I'm learning what I'm doing wrong and I'm fixing it, and then the next time I don't make that same mistake.
Yeah, I think this is one of the big holes in the way that the education system is handling stuff. We're in such a rush to get to the next project that we don't stop and revise and correct, and there's rarely enough feedback right away at the very start of the process. Like usually by the time that a student has done something, they don't want to change it because they put so much work into it, and teachers rarely have time or energy to give all the detailed instructions that it takes to make something really really great. So I've seen some great work out of you, David, and I think some of that is just being able to see the areas where you need to learn, and then just doing it over and over again until you got it right. So so bravo for sticking with it, David. It hasn't been easy at all.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hi also to Phileas Huang, who's just joining us. He says, oh, you're that famous Scratcher guy. Chromeworks is great. Well, hi, Phileas. Tell us where you're from. I'm quite curious about that. And I don't know if we've heard from Koala Zoo as well. I'm not sure where you're from as well. So if you just wanted to tell us what part of the world you're from, we won't ask your home address or anything. We're just kind of curious about where our viewers are from. Hi to Grayson, who's just joined us on Discord. And I don't think that anyone else knew. Micah was just asking a few... Oh, hi, Grayson. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, hello.
Hi. Well, nice to hear from you again. Hi, Micah was just asking whether middle school students are allowed to do this co-op program, by the way. And
volunteer.
Pardon me?
I said, or at least volunteer.
Or volunteer, yeah. So I certainly do welcome volunteer content creators. Just join my Discord, as you already have, Micah, and we will get you set up, and you can start creating content for us as well. But if you are interested in a co-op program, there must be a co-op program at your school. It has to be an actual course that you can take. And so at David's school, which I believe is West Carleton Secondary School, it's a course that you can take in grade 11 or 12. And
I go to John McCrae Secondary School.
John McCrae. Sorry, I got you mixed up with another student, David. Anyway, okay. Anyway, so yeah, so it's a course at John McCrae, and when you sign up for it, you basically, instead of going to school, you come to Chromeworks and learn about working in the real workforce, basically. And so that's what it's all about. Really looking for more co-op students. I would love to get a co-op student from America or Europe or someplace else, just to show that this doesn't have to be something that's local here in Ottawa. I think that the new model of creating content and teaching kids about content creation and teaching kids as well, it's just I'm doing some stuff that's a little bit out there from an educational perspective, and I'm looking for support and for more people to expand this experiment and keep doing new cool things. Wow, so impressed with the number of people we have on Discord today. That's just really great having oh, Andy says he's the one who goes to West Carleton Secondary School, and Cam, who was one of our former co-op students, is also there. So we've had 23 co-op students before, and I've already interviewed 2 more for the new semester, and I'm looking for more. So if you know somebody who's eligible for this, who would like to join our program, then absolutely do that. Okay, there's some silliness going on in the chat. So, guys, I have a whole bunch of canned content. I'm going to move on to other stuff now, but we have, I wanted you to see some of the work that that our co-op students have put together this week. And we're going to start right now with David's How They Do That segment. Now, remember how they do that? We asked David to have a look at a popular Scratch game and try and reverse engineer how one particular coding technique or animation technique was used in that game. And so David has a great game for us this week, which I'll show you right now.
Welcome to Rescue Grassland, a platformer game made by Hearn1 on Scratch. Rescue Grassland is both a platformer and a fighting game. What piqued my interest in this game was the way the sword spins around whenever you press the spacebar. We're going to show you how to program that today.
Alright, so here's the code for the sword, and you'll see that the code for the sword is mostly in these 2 blocks. They're both when space key is pressed. Both of them start the sword sound effect right here, and they set the size to 80%, they point in the direction 0, and then they go to the back layer. As soon as the space key is pressed, you'll see that the sword always follows my player. You'll also see that in this script right here, after the sword appears, repeating 12 times, it turns 30 degrees. Now, if you would like to know why that's important, well, 12 times 30 is equal to 360. 360 degrees is a full circle, so by turning 30 degrees 12 times, we make a full rotation, as you can see here when I'm pressing the spacebar. Alright, so here is our example. As you'll see right now, the only thing we have is our Scratch Cat, and what we need to do is we need to import our sword costume into the program. So let me just do that real quick. This will take only a second. Here we are. Alright, so by pressing our spacebar now, our sword should spin around like it did around the cube in our previous example. As you see, when I press the spacebar, the sword does spin, but it doesn't spin in the way that you would expect. As in the previous example, the sword spun around the cube, but in this example, the sword spins in the center of the Scratch Cat. Now, the reason for this is because anything that spins in Scratch spins around this center dot right here in the program. But the thing is that it spins in relativity. So if I were to move the sword up here, what will happen is instead of the sword spinning around in the center, it will spin around this dot like it should. And what you'll see is because of this, when I press the spacebar, our sword is now spinning in a circle like it should be. Because everything is all relative, if I wanted to increase the radius of this, the only thing I would have to do is move this sword up in the costume editor, and you'll see that by doing this, the radius of my sword increases quite significantly.
Here is an example of this technique in a recent Circle Pong game, where the paddle moves around the dot that is in the center of the screen by using the arrow key. Here is another example of this same technique, this time done by Chromeworks in the Terror Tunnel game, where the paddle points in the direction of the mouse. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.
Well, thank you for that, David. So David has agreed to continue volunteering for us even though his co-op work is done. So I don't think you've seen the last of it right now, the last of David's work. And so we're looking forward to seeing maybe some more segments of this in the future as well. Hey, again to Phileas, who told us that he's from Germany. Well, that's interesting. I don't think we've had a lot of viewers from Germany. And Phileas says that that rotation technique we were just looking at in David's video looks a lot like a Mario game that he's been playing, and Phileas says that he pretty much does that same thing when he is coding games that have circular arcs or anything in them. I want to get this out of the way here. You can press the space. Yeah, I'm not sure what Jim's
in that game that he showed with the slime blobs.
Okay.
You press space to swing the sword, and there's like an intro cutscene showing bad guys or whatever. You can press space in that cutscene, and you hear the sword swinging in the background.
Oh, right. Well, I've got Rescue Grassland up here right now. Maybe I can demo that right now.
Sure.
Let's have a quick look. I got to get back to my other screen again, though. So you're saying if I press the space bar right away?
During the intro.
Yeah. Can we skip the intro? What I think is going on is just that the mechanic just keeps playing, and he has it start with the green flag instead of starting when the game starts. Maybe, eh?
Yeah.
It might just be a bug in the thing. Hi to Dean Yates. Hi, Mr. T. Your students and co-op students are making lots of great content. I'll suggest the Robot Idol project to mine. So Dean's a teacher, yeah. Thanks for the morning PLC to accompany my coffee and report cards. So Dean is a teacher, yeah. I have heard from you before, Dean. Nice to see you on the stream again. Thank you for joining us. All right, so wow, we got to keep things moving here. I think I wanted to show you a really bizarre thing that one of our Chromeworks members, Music Man Joe, put together. It's very cryptic, and I'm very excited to see what he comes up with. But Joe is working on a game based on Chromeworks. Very excited to show you the trailer that he put together for this. So I'm going to play that for you. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know what kind of a game you can make about Chromeworks, but I would like you guys to look at this trailer and try and help me figure out what the heck is going on.
Hell no audio.
Ho, ho, ho! I've got a fantastic new game for you guys just in time for the holiday season. It's called
Chromeworks the game.
Yes, this game is actually getting made.
Who's your favorite video game character?
Mine is Chromeworks.
So some nice character creation work there. I'm not sure, Joe, where you got it looks like the old Bitmoji graphics. I'm thinking maybe you grabbed one of those, or maybe you used another character creator, but it looks like you've got some very authentic looking Mr. T graphics there, and I'm very excited to see your game. I have talked to Joe this week, and he says that there is indeed a game coming, and I'm very eager to see what that is. So let's move on here, guys. I'm going to show you next Kevin's Story Corner segment. You'll remember that Story Corner is a weekly look at digital storytelling in Scratch. We're looking at we're looking at basically a storytelling project and then again pulling apart a coding lesson from it. So let's have a look at what Kevin did this week.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Story Corner. My name is Kevin, and today we're going to take a look at a short animation called Finding the Oreos, made by a scratcher called Unique Ferret. Let's dive right into it.
When you go to the cabinet to grab the Oreos, but they are not there. I need more Oreos! Hello, I am the Oreo troll. Can you bring back my Oreos? Haha, no. Why not? I need backup, he figured it out. It's over, Oreo troll. Where are my Oreos? Okay, I ate them! No, it's okay.
What struck me as interesting about this project was how the scratcher had created a smooth glide effect in his animation. Let's have a look inside. As you can see, the block that creates the smooth glide effect is right here. This custom block basically allows the character to slow down near the end of its movement and eventually come to a complete stop, creating a visual effect of a smooth glide animation. The difference between this and a glide to motion block is that the custom block creates a smooth glide effect near the end, while this glide to motion block just glides to a position without slowing down near the end. This would create a better visual effect than the glide to motion block. Well, you might be wondering how this all works or why it works. Don't worry, we'll make sure that you understand this custom block by the end of this video. Looking at this custom block, you'll notice that it asks for position, which is the X and Y values, and the speed, which is what mainly controls the smooth glide effect. The X and Y coordinates can be anything, anywhere you want the character or object to go. The speed value, however, is a bit tricky. The bigger the value, the slower the smooth glide effect. On the other hand, if you decrease it, the glide would be much faster. But why does it do that? By looking at the block, you'll notice that there is an equation that takes the X and Y input values and subtracts them by the starting X and Y values each time, which is basically the distance remaining to be moved. Then, it divides it by the speed value. This explains why the glide is slower when we increase the speed value, because the number will become smaller and smaller each time as we divide again and again. Let's do an example. In this case, we're starting at the position when X is 0 and Y is 0, and we want to go to this position where X is 100 and Y is still 0. Following the equation, we're going to take 100 and subtract it by 0, which will give us the distance remaining, and divide that by 10, which is our speed value, and we'll get 10. So our first step is 10 pixels. Now, we'll subtract 100 by 10, so our remaining distance is 90. Following the previous steps, we'll find that our second step is 9 pixels, then so on and so forth. A reminder that this custom block can be used in any type of Scratch project, such as animations, games, short stories, etc. That's it for today's Story Corner, and I remind you to keep scratching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more awesome Story Corner videos.
Well, thank you for that, Kevin. That was Kevin's final report for Chromeworks. Hey to Zero from India, one of our few viewers from India. Welcome, welcome. I know it's really late there. I think it's basically around I think it's 10:45 p.m. there, if I'm correct. Anyway, so thank you for staying up late for us, Zero, and watching us. That's just fantastic to have you aboard. Zero says he's been a scratcher since 2020. And that's when a lot of people started scratching, and it's when I started this live stream as well. So much time at home with nothing to do, and such a wonderful tool to use to communicate and to put your creative energy out into the world. So this is Unique Ferret, who is the scratcher mentioned in this Story Corner video. He's done some cool stuff. We showed you an example a few weeks ago about how to do this really cool animated GIF thing that goes across multiple favorite projects, and I love this. You can look at one of our previous live streams to get a tutorial on how to do that. I'll try and track it down and put the address of that in the links in case you guys are interested in finding out how to do this on your own Scratch profile page. I think this is really cool. Zero said it's 9:12 p.m. Here. He says, oh, and he says, thank you, I appreciate your work. Well, that's very kind of you, Zero. So nice of you to have you here. So Unique Ferret has all kinds of cool projects, and I'd encourage you to look him up. He's been apparently a very active storyteller. He's got 94 projects in here, and we don't have time to show any more of them right now, but it looks like he's got a very unique art style, and he does some really nice thumbnails too. So looking forward to looking at some more of his projects. All right, so let's move on to Scratcher of the Week. And so our Scratcher of the Week is somebody by the name of Ray's Workshop, who I hadn't heard of before, but has apparently been around the Scratch community for quite a while and does some interesting stuff. And I don't know if any of you guys have heard of him, but let's have a look at his work right now.
This episode of Scratcher of the Week, we're going to be taking a look at a Scratcher named Ray's Workshop, a Scratcher with over 10,000 followers and makes some funny animations. And games like this one, which is very similar to a browser game named Fireboy and Watergo. In this game, you can control 2 different characters and complete a series of elaborate puzzles to reach the end of the level. Ray's Workshop also has another extremely popular game called Castle Escape. You can play as a few different characters, and your objective is to basically, well, escape the castle. But Ray's Workshop doesn't just make games. He also makes storytelling / rant videos like the one you'll see in a little bit. When he started doing this in the summer of 2020, it took him from 2,000 to over 10,000 followers. So in this animation, Ray's Workshop tells us about his experience starting Scratch, and then he also gives some tips for other aspiring Scratchers.
So if you're someone who's just starting Scratch, it's important to remember that it's okay if you suck. It just means that there's more room for improvement in the future. And I can guarantee that you'll get better and better.
Lastly, I wanted to show off another one of his games, Edge of the Earth. It's very similar to his other game that I showcased first, Cooperation, except he plays only one character. That'll do it for this episode of Scratcher of the Week. If you want to check out more of Ray's Workshop's work, you can do that at the link on the screen, and have a great day. Thanks.
Ray's Workshop.
I'm still hearing comments that, yeah, here's Ray's Workshop, by the way. I'm still hearing comments that that my audio is doubled up on YouTube, which is weird. You guys are hearing an echo effect. All right.
What's happening is the audio through Discord is going through your speakers, so basically the speakers are acting like the desktop audio, and then on YouTube, the speakers are going through the microphone.
Yeah.
OBS is having the desktop audio play with the microphones.
Well, okay, because I'm muting my microphone while I'm showing YouTube video. That's part of the reason that I come up muted every once in a while. I really need some help with my audio routing here. If anyone is an expert on this stuff who can help me sort through this, I'd like to spend an hour with somebody and just kind of tweak some settings and try some stuff at some point. Maybe my Discord friends can help me with that sometime. Anyway, I will try and get my audio sorted out for next week, and we'll see what's going on. As I mentioned last week, I had to reinstall Windows, and I had a lot of trouble just reconfiguring and setting up all my software. So something's probably in a little bit of disarray here in my setup. So Koalazoo says he didn't hear any echo at all in the YouTube file. So I'm confused here. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the taped version and sort that out. Anyway, let's keep things moving here. By the way, So Zero is asking how to submit projects for me to look at. Well, there's different ways to do it, Zero, but I would suggest you just go to Scratch, since you're a Scratcher. Go to my profile page, which is called Mr. Tomac here. Or there is a Chromeworks profile page as well. And on there, there's a chat area. And people send me shout-outs, requests, and things like that here. And they also send me links. So anything that's posted here, I will have a look at. And if there's something interesting there, which is most things have, I don't get so many requests that I don't usually run things. So if you're looking to share a project with me and have it viewed on the stream, just send me a link here and I'll be happy to have a look at it. And as long as I'm not swamped with 300 requests, I'd be happy to show your work on the stream. All right, so yeah, Ray's workshop I wanted to talk to you a little bit about. I think he's just making some really interesting projects here. It's just a great variety of stuff. So some of it is Scratch hints. Here's a video on secrets of the trending page. There's another one on why Scratchers are getting banned. So he does kind of rants and opinion pieces and stuff. He does tutorials. Here's one on how to animate in Scratch. He tells personal stories. Like here's one about his worst teacher ever. And so he's been very prolific. So he started off making games. You can see early in his career he was making tons of games, but then he shifted around 2020 to making these storytelling projects, and it seems like he's been doing that exclusively. And as Aiden mentioned, since then his numbers have been going up like crazy, and he's up over 10,000 viewers right now. So Ray's workshop is actually originally from China, and he moved to Canada like 3 years ago, I think. And he's loving Canada, and he actually talks about his experiences moving to Canada in one of his videos. So this is a great example of how people are using Scratch in all kinds of new and interesting ways. Duck says he's one of the best modern Scratch animators. Interesting. I'd like to have a look at some more of his work. But yeah, this is one of the new generation of Scratchers who's coming up, who's doing some really interesting stuff. And part of that is integrating YouTube with what he's doing. Ray has his own YouTube channel here, Ray's Workshop, and many of his Scratch projects are posted here as video files. And he's also got other stuff going here. He's got something here called Roasting, for example, which sounds like kind of a talk show. He's recording conversations with his friends.
I always think like, how would like any...
And so he's recording conversations with his friends and then animating them. And there's not a ton of animation here anyway, but just kind of using this Scratch media in all kinds of new and interesting ways. And this is one of the things that I really want to explore. Our Oscar says that roasting video is one of the first ones he saw of him. Oscar is saying it reminds him of Domix or Domix. I've never heard of Domix before. It sounds like Jim saying he can't believe I've never seen this guy. I obviously need to learn more about some of these rising stars in Scratch, and this guy sounds like a really interesting fellow, and I might actually want to interview him sometime. So
yeah, Ray gives me that Domix vibe when it comes to his animations, which I like.
Yeah, I'm actually really interested in Ray's work, having looked at a bit of it, and I might try and interview him sometime in the next couple of weeks. I'd be interested in doing that. Phileas says he doesn't have time, he doesn't have the patience to do animations, and I get that. Zero says he stopped doing Scratch and started learning other programming languages, but he still loves it and wanted to make projects again. Yeah, I think lots of people get started on Scratch making games and want to move on to other software, but Ray's Workshop here is a really good example of somebody who stuck with Scratch, got tired of making games, but then started using it as a narrative tool to tell amazing stories. And I think that's the real future of content creators on Scratch. Most of the big content creators now, other than Griff Patch, who's still heavy into games, they're doing, most of them are telling funny stories, or more and more kind of telling little kind of journalistic stories like this, turning this into a tool for communicating with the world. And I just love that. So I'm going to be exploring that more in coming months anyway. there's actually a YouTuber who originally animated on Scratch called Fusion Animations. So there's some history here that I guess that I need to learn, right? It's a little sad that nobody has really written down a comprehensive history of Scratch and all the important things that have happened there. Talking to some of the old longtime Scratchers in the last couple of months, I've heard about things like the major Scratch collab projects and other things, like the Scratch Saga is one that you're going to be hearing more about in the future. So big sort of community events happening, groups of people getting together, and talking about stuff, working together on great Scratch projects, and really forming a community. Lots of talk happening in the Discord. I can't keep up with it all right now. I'm going to play one more video here, and then we'll come back with for another little chat. We're running out of time here, so just one more video for you, and that is Abraham here with his last game review. Abraham's been doing some great game reviews for us, and he is back with a look at a game called Jungle Rescue.
Today we'll be reviewing Jungle Rescue by a scratcher that goes by the Pro255. A few of their other games include Winter Hunt and Flappy. Right off the bat, we get a quick background about what is going on. So far, it seems that magical pandas keep the forest alive. But one day the pandas got sick and their powers weakened. So we have to travel to the panda village and cure them. Looks like we need 3 pieces of something. Oh nice, we found the first piece already. Looks like this poison stuff is going to be the main obstacle. This ledge was a bit troublesome, but eventually I got past it. Almost died there, wow. I will be trying my best not to die this entire run. I had to use 100% of my brain in order to figure this one out. Indeed, the answer was to go back, unless you want to jump in the poison. This weirdly shaped platform kind of reminded me of an upside down tree. Oh, we have the last piece already. This is the first of 3 current available Jungle Rescues, and each are equally as fun, so I recommend you check them out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
And my audio's back on again. Excellent. So, yeah, that is the game. I thought I had it up here a minute ago, and I've lost it now. Anyway, so that is Abraham's final game review for me. I will be looking for more game reviews in the future. I'm not sure if we're going to have a co-op student doing it, but I would welcome a volunteer doing game reviews for us as well. Philia says he likes keeping up with this awesome content. Well, thank you very much for your great comments there, Phileas. It's always great to hear that our hard work here is being appreciated by our fans. So I've been looking at a discussion over here on Discord about what the best Scratch game ever is. Jim is saying Code Breakers is a great game, but it always crashes on his computer. I don't know if I've looked at that one before. And yeah, and then Chirpy Reverie is something that Duck is suggesting is a really awesome game as well. What does the Discord chat think? Or do you guys like either of those games?
Yeah, they're both pretty good games.
Yeah. Okay.
They're all pretty good games, but if I would give my actual opinion, I think it just okay. Yep, RGB players already guessed it. Paper Minecraft.
Paper Minecraft, really? Okay.
Yeah, Paper Minecraft is one of the basically what started Minecraft. Scratch.
Yeah, I mean, Paper Minecraft, for those of you who are new to Scratch, is a game by Griffpatch. It's been out for quite a while now, and it is by far the most popular game by views on Scratch. It has millions of views, and it's a 2D version of Minecraft that really shows off Griffpatch's amazing coding skills. This is the celebrity of the Scratch world right now, Griffpatch. He's been around for a long time, and he does run his own YouTube channel and does some amazing tutorials and stuff that I would really recommend you guys have a look at. Anyway, yeah, and I'm running Chirpy Reverie here, and it crashed my computer. I might have to run it on
Yeah, that's a
Turbo
huge problem with big games like this.
Yeah. So the more ambitious. Yeah. Sorry. So the more ambitious the game is, the more the chances that this kind of stuff is going to end up happening to it, unfortunately. And so Turbo Warp sometimes solve this. If you take the URL of the game and paste it into the Turbo Warp editor, and that converts it into Java and sometimes smooths out some of the issues as well. So if you go to turbowarp.org, I'm just going to try that here. This is a great little troubleshooting technique for you guys. If you ever find a Scratch game is running a little bit too slowly, you can try loading it. Oh, no, it still doesn't even work in here. So, wow, that's...
Yes. It works on my computer for, like, if you reload it, like, 2 times.
Yeah, sometimes just refreshing it, eh? Sorry, Micah, what did you want to say?
Actually, don't load the game because this is like the 5th game. There was Chirpy 1, Chirpy 2, Chirpy 3, Chirpy 4, and Chirpy 5 or Chirpy Revere.
Okay.
You have to play the first one.
Okay. So I think we'll have a look at Chirpy for a future live stream. I think one of the projects I'd like to get one of my co-ops working on is kind of a rundown of the top games in Scratchland right now, like by views, or the top games of all time on Scratch. And maybe we'll start a little series on that. I think that would be a great idea. So that's something that I'll put on my ideas list and we'll get working on. Wow, it's 11 o'clock already. I think that we should probably retire for now. You guys have been very patient with me. I'm going to stick around Discord and have a chat with all the people on stage here. Remember, if you want to join me on Discord, you can just go to my Chromeworks webpage at chromeworks.ca. and click on the live stream button. At the bottom, there's a link where it says join us to our Discord server. If you want to join us, if you were under 13 years of age, you will need parental permission. Otherwise, just log in and leave us a hello and tell us a little bit about yourself. We don't get in automatically. We just want to have a look and make sure that you're legit. But one of our moderators will have a look and make sure that everything's cool, and then you're welcome to join us. So, yeah, if you're interested in what Chromeworks does and want to work on collaborations with us or join our community and chat, you're welcome to do that. Okay, guys, I am logging off for now. It has been a pleasure working with you guys again, and I will be back next week with a little bit more Robot Idol content. And I've been asked to do a new series on Scratch lists and how they work. So I'm going to be starting that next week as well if I have time. So looking forward to that.
That seems interesting.
Yeah. Was it you who asked me for that, Micah? I don't remember. Somebody suggested this week that I do something on Scratch lists. They saw my custom blocks tutorial and realized that another area of Scratch that really needs a good tutorial is list variables. So I'm going to do something on that for next week. Looking forward to it. Goodbye to everybody. Bye to Phileas, who's been very chatty on the YouTube. Goodbye to all my Discord fans, Duck and Jim and